Ali Burns. We're talking week 14 college football today. With me, as always, my co-host, expert handicapper, Nick Parsons is with us today. Boom, there he is. Hey, Nick, how's it going?
It's going fantastic, Ali. I can't wait to get into this card. Week 14. Oh my gosh. Unbelievable.
It's crazy. It really is. Well, you said you've got some good notes today, so we're looking forward to that. Indeed.
Okay. Yes, I do. Yep. I'm ready to roll.
Beautiful. And then we also have our Michigan State man, Spartan man Dan, the professor, Dan Kaiser, is coming in. Oh, I thought I clicked on him. Is coming into the studio as well. Dan, how's it going?
Good. Good afternoon. Good evening.
Hey, Dan.
Going good. Spartans basketball and football each got a big win last week, so things are good in Michigan.
I know. You beat my Dukies. It happens. I actually cashed the bet because I bet on Michigan State to beat Duke. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Well, guys, at home, don't forget, while I've got your attention, like, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications. That way you never miss one of our live pods or free pick videos. We do have 4 games to go over today. Leave your comments in the comment box and let us know what you think. And if you want to talk about any games that maybe we're not talking about today. So we're going to go through Boston College, Texas A&M, West Virginia, and Oregon. Let's get this party started. So, Nick,
all right,
we're going to talk Boston College at Virginia, little ACC action here. Virginia's a favorite -4, and we've got a total of 54.5. So, off the top of your head, what do you got on this one?
I like Virginia mainly because of the injuries that Boston College suffered there last week. Virginia, Boston College, it won last week 34-27 over Louisville. But starting quarterback Paul Jerkovich and starting running back David Bailey, they were both injured in that one. They're both questionable for this game. And so even if they do play, they're not even going to be close to 100%. Virginia, it was victorious last week as well. It won 55-15 over Albion Christian. Virginia, it comes in, it's won 3 straight. But it's just 4-4 overall. It's just 3-4 in conference. It's 2 games behind Boston College. So it does have incentive here to try to beat Boston College here today. Boston College, despite that loss, Boston College did win last week, but the Eagles, they're scoring just an average of 27.4 points per game. Jerkovich, he has 17 touchdowns. Boston College is 50th in the nation in points allowed at 26.9.
Oh, wow.
But Virginia, this is an interesting stat here. So as I said, it's only 4-5 overall, but over its last 3 games, Virginia is scoring an average of 43.3 points per game and allowing just 24.3. Now, Brendan Armstrong, he's passed for 15 touchdowns and 8 interceptions. And, the defense has also played a lot better over that stretch as well. Overall, the team's allowing 28.9 points per game. But Virginia, it's 4-0 against the spread its last 4 overall. The Cavs are also 5-1 against the spread following a straight-up win. Boston College is just 1-9 against the spread its last 10 games played in December. Is that stat pertinent? I don't know, but maybe it is here. But yeah, as I said, the big doubt this week with the availability of quarterback Jerkovich and running back David Bailey for Boston College, that has me leaning towards Virginia here. Yeah, as I said, Virginia is scoring at an average of 43.3 points per game over its last 3 games, each one resulting in a victory. So that is my lean here, guys. I like Virginia.
All right. They're also 4-1 at home. So yeah, I'm liking what you're putting down here. What do you think about it, Dan? Are we in agreement on this one?
I don't know. What else is left to say? Nick pretty much covered everything on that one.
Nick is covered.
Makes my job easier there. No, but yeah, the thing that Nick was saying, that's the key that I was looking at. It's the 2 injuries to Boston College's 2 best offensive players. They are listed as starters for this week, but I don't know if that's just gamesmanship by the coach. Because the quarterback for Boston College is injured in the 3rd quarter and sat on the sideline the whole game with his knee wrapped. So I don't know if it's gamesmanship by the coach to throw off Virginia or whatever. The one thing about Virginia is they have had 2 weeks off now for games being postponed in the last hours before the year's supposed to start. So if anything, they're well rested. I mean, at this point in the season, I don't think it's going to play a factor in rust or anything because obviously they've already played, 8 games. So I don't think that's going to hurt them. If anything, it's going to help them to give them an extra rest. As Nick was saying, the offense has been purring along pretty well right now. So I'm with Nick. I'll take Virginia and lay the points.
All right. Well, that was easy peasy lemon squeezy then. Everyone just take Virginia. Simple as that. Guys at home, don't forget, like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. Drop us your picks in the comment box. We like to know what y'all think about what's going to go down. Also, up next, I have Texas A&M at Auburn. A&M's -7. The total is 49. Dan, why don't you kick this one off?
All right. Yeah, I look at this game. You see Texas A&M. I feel a little bit sorry for them because I think the playoff committee is just teasing them, putting them at number 5. But they have won 5 in a row. They didn't look good last week against LSU. They only won 20-7 over a very poor LSU team, and LSU was able to get the backdoor cover in the last 52 seconds. And then you look at Auburn. I mean, they got pounded by Alabama. Bo Nix this season, you don't know what you're going to get from them. You don't know if the starting running back for Auburn is going to play in this one. I'm looking at this one. I think the Aggies defense will be able to control Auburn. It's one of those games that you look at. I hear a lot of people liking Auburn. I just think A&M is going to ride Isaiah Spiller a lot. Try not to make Mon do too much, because he's either hot or cold. So I think they're going to rely on the running game. And, yeah, you see, here's the thing about this game also. The line started, I think, opened at 4. It went to 7. And I've seen it now at 5.5. So at 5.5, anything under 6, I'm taking Texas A&M.
All right, I like it. What about you, Nick? Are we in agreement again?
We are. Despite the ugly showing against the bad LSU defense last week there, Texas A&M, it's still averaging 31.4 points per game, and it's allowing just 22.4. Now, Kellen Mond, he had an off game last game for sure, but he's completed 128 of 216 passes. He has 1,573 yards, 16 touchdowns, just 2 interceptions. And yeah, Auburn crushed last week, 42-13. It managed only 347 yards of total offense. Nix threw 2 interceptions. Mac Jones piled up 302 yards on 26 attempts on the ground. The offense is averaging just 26.6 points per game. Nix has struggled. He has 10 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. A&M is 6-1 against the spread. Its last 7 as a road favorite here. The Aggies are going to need some outside help, a whole lot of it, to make the college football playoff. But it needs as many style points as it can get, and certainly beating Auburn here, crushing Auburn, and getting that outside help, that would go a long way in helping their very slim chances. Yeah, so I'm with Dan. I like Texas A&M here.
All right. I think that was the pick last night on the free pick video, too. It was all about A&M there. All right, we're going to move on to West Virginia at Iowa State. Guys at home, don't forget, like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, and leave us a comment. Let us know who you like in these matchups. So, Nick, we'll go back to you. West Virginia at Iowa State. ISU's -7. Total is 49. What you got?
I'm going with the underdog in this one. West Virginia, it had a bye week and then it had a game postponed. The last time it played was back on November 14th. It beat TCU at home. Now, why I like West Virginia here, they're ranked 7th nationally in terms of yards per play given up, and they rank highly in most other defensive statistics as well. Offensively, they don't light the world on fire, but they're still averaging 29.4 points per game. Jarrett Dodge and Letty Brown, they're a good 1-2 punch. Dodge has 13 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Now, Iowa State, obviously, this is a big game for them as well. But Iowa State, it just won in Texas last week. They haven't done that in over 10 years. So this sort of sets up as a letdown spot, I think. They do have a really good 1-2 punch themselves here in Breece Hall and Brock Purdy. Breece Hall is the nation's leading rusher with 1,302 yards. He has 16 touchdowns. Now, defensively, Iowa State ranks second in the Big 12. It only allows 23 points per game, but it's behind West Virginia in that department. But yeah, I think this is going to be a close game, a really close battle. It feels like whatever team has its hands on the ball last year is going to win this game. But yeah, Iowa State coming off that dramatic win in Texas there, winning in Austin for the first time, actually since 2010. So yeah, this one thing I wanted to point out, Iowa State, the two best defenses Iowa State has played this season were Louisiana Lafayette and Oklahoma State, and they put up a combined 35 points and lost both of those games outright. So Iowa State has not seen a defense like this at all this year. And so that's my pick. I'm going to grab the points.
I like it. I like the West Virginias. I like the West Virginias all year.
The Mountaineers, yes.
I mean, they're lights out in Morgantown. So, they're a little different on the road, but I'm with you on this one because that defense is really their solid bread and butter. All right, Dan, what do you got here?
Well, coming after the stat man, he makes it easy. No, I like in this game. Yeah, I mean, I agree with pretty much everything Nick said, except like kind of the letdown game. I know people always like to believe in that, but here's the thing. Here's Iowa State's sitting 7-1 in the conference. This is it. I mean, they're in the driver's seat. They can win the conference, get to the championship game. So I don't think there's going to be that big of a letdown. But I do like West Virginia in the points. I think it's going to be like Nick said. Both teams play some good defense, and if it's going to be a close defensive game, then I'll take the points, especially at this number. And it's if you ever been to West Virginia, the only good thing about West Virginia is Morgantown. So, obviously. You've never been to West Virginia.
No, I haven't.
But I've heard a lot from Craig about how hard it is to get there. And that's why they're so strong at home, that it's not an easy place to travel to. And so
no, it's not.
That's a huge angle.
Yeah, because especially if you're going by bus, because you're just like going through the mountains to get there. So you're going back and forth, and it's twice as long to get there. And it kind of sits up on a mountain. It's a cool place. Morgantown's a cool place, but the rest of the state, you could just cut it off, but
not so much. Not so much.
But yeah, I'll take the points in this one on what I think could be a very close game.
All right, so we're agreeing again there. All right, so last one, we've got Oregon at Cal. Friends at home, leave comments in the box, like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. All right, it's duck time. Oregon is -9. The total here is 58.5. Dan, kick it off for us.
Yeah, I think the big thing, I'll let Nick throw out all the stats because I know he has them, and I won't waste my time. So, I think this one's going to come down to basically motivation, and at this point, it's hard to say who's got it. I mean, Oregon, basically with that loss to Oregon State, where they couldn't stop Oregon State's running back. I mean, their season's basically done. There's no way they're going to have a chance to make the playoffs, even if they win the rest of the games. California hasn't won a game yet this year. They've lost some close ones. So it comes down, I think, motivation, and I guess I would go. I'm gonna take California and the big number again in this one. I just think they played the last two games close. They've had chances to win. They've lost. Oregon, it's got to be kind of depressing losing to Oregon State. Basically coming back late in the season to play this conference schedule and to lose already and basically be done. So and again, it gets to a point now. Oregon's got some really good players and some NFL caliber players. When do they maybe decide to say it's not worth it anymore? Why don't I sit out the rest of the year? And that's sometimes with a lot of these teams. That's what you got to start thinking about. Are the players at this point, once they know their season's pretty much done, do they have the motivation to continue?
That's a good call. It's not what I want to hear, but it's a good call. I do a late night podcast on Tuesday nights, and this guy, Alex Crawford, has his own pod. He went to OSU, and I think his pod's called About Damn Time. And it's hysterical. And of course, we're always back and forth, Ducks, Beavers. And I logged on last Tuesday. I mean, it's like a Beaver flag, and his Beaver's here, and his hat, and his hoodie, and he was beavered out, and all I could do was congratulate him, man.
Well, you can do that when you win.
Yeah, you won.
See, that's why we beat Northwestern, beat Duke. That's why I got other Michigan State.
Yeah, that's why I'm not wearing Duke.
Well, one thing, Dan and I disagree on this one. I like Oregon. Now, Oregon dropped 8 spots because of that loss last week. It's still hoping for a path to the Pac-12 title game. Now, the thing about the Pac-12 is they only have 1 game left after this. The season's over already. So this is, it's just everything is different about motivation and different things. One interesting thing to look at, though, as far as Oregon, is it has 7 players out for undisclosed reasons. That could be a potential COVID-19 outbreak in Oregon. But, I mean, the game is still on. The Ducks, though, they've been really solid offensively this year. They've averaged 491.8 yards per game. They've averaged 38.5 points per game. Now, the defense has some issues, obviously. They're allowing opponents, almost 250 yards through the air and 208 yards on the ground. But California, Dan was talking about motivation there. California, it's 0-3. I mean, it has 2 games left, but the way that it's looking, it's probably going to end 0-5 here. It's only averaging 20 points per game. Now, the defense has been the bright spot on the team for sure, but it's still allowing almost 30 points per game, just a hair under 30 points per game. The Golden Bears, if you think that home field advantage is an advantage, then you're completely mistaken. As far as betting goes, they're 1-6-1 against the spread their last 8 at home. The Ducks are 7-2 against the spread the last 9 in these last 9 meetings. So, California 0-3. You think, where's the motivation going to be for these players here? And so, I think that Oregon, despite some of the issues that it's going through as well right now, it's going to take out its frustrations here. And so I'm going to say to lay the points.
Yeah.
They're due, Nick. They're due.
Well, I hate that due theory, of course. But yeah.
They're due. But I mean, I get what Dan is saying. I mean, they did get spanked by UCLA in their opener, but it was tight. 31-27 against the Beavers. It was 24-23 against I call them Tree, but Stanford. So I mean, I get what both of you guys are saying. And obviously I'm a Duck fan, so like I want the Ducks to cover and win. Oh, Elliot likes the Ducks to cover and win too.
But you can say the thing about Oregon. Their last 2 games have been decided by a field goal also, so they haven't been blowing people out either. They do get they are expecting a couple players back on offense, but again, are they going to be 100% healthy, or are they going to be?
I also lean to the over here. I like the over. The over is 5-1 in the Ducks' last 6 games overall. The over is 5-0 in the Ducks' last 5 road games. I mean, honestly, Oregon could potentially reach the total by itself here in this one against this weak California defense. But also, Oregon's defense hasn't been that great either. Cal will have some opportunities. So, as far as the total is concerned, I would lean to the over there.
All right. Yeah, I like this one over as well. That was kind of my vibe on this one. Quack, quack, says Elliot. All right, guys. So that just about wraps us up. Nick, you just did Total Chaos. No, yes. You're going to Total Chaos tomorrow morning, and you're going up against Dan Kaiser is what's happening. Yeah. You two.
Yes. All right.
You are going head-to-head tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern, the entire NFL card for Sunday, and they're going to give their plays on the over-under. Nick, I looked at you and almost said Dan. Nick is the reigning champion. Nobody has gone streaking yet on Total Chaos, so Nick is looking to streak here.
Come on,
Dan, better come guns a-blazing.
Listen, I'll come. But we're talking about streaking. I'll come as long as Nick keeps his clothes on.
Okay. Yes. No worries about that.
All right. I don't want to see him do that kind of streaking.
For sure.
Maybe that will be like if you lose, you have to come back next week and like wear a feather boa or something.
Oh, geez.
Oh, now all of our commenters show up. Guys, where were you? We missed you. All right, we'll play it back and leave your comments. Even if the video's done rolling, still drop your comments in the comment box so we can see who you like and what your plays are. Don't forget, hit the bell for notifications. We do 6 shows a week at this point, 2 total chaoses, 2 live caps. We're shelling out our first half totals for NCAA and NFL, and then next week college basketball total chaos. I gotta get a list, man. It's a lot to just keep all up here,
Yeah, for sure. You're doing a great job as always, Ali.
Well, thank you. Yeah, guys. So don't forget, ring the bell for notifications so you never, ever, ever miss one of our live shows. All right, guys. Thanks, Dan. Thanks, Nick, for coming on. We'll see you
tomorrow.
guys.
See you, Dan.